Hi Mark, I'm going to present week 9, page 188, number 1. First, A. He told me F had composed several symphonies at our first meeting. In this sentence 1 is he told me at our first meeting. Sentence 2 is F had composed several symphonies. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is a complement to verb told. And the phrase at our first meeting is adjunct. We can test this by moving the adjunct. He told me at our first meeting that F had composed several symphonies. So I think this phrase should be in sentence 1. B. That anyone would actually like his paintings came as a surprise. In this sentence 1 is came as a surprise. Sentence 2 is that anyone would actually like his paintings. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is a causal subject of sentence 1. Here, that as a complementizer, we can test by that anyone would actually like his paintings came as a surprise. It came as a surprise. So this confirms that the that clause is functioning as a subject. C. The big idea here is that we all become rich as quickly as possible. The big idea here is sentence 1, and sentence 2 is that we all become rich as quickly as possible. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is a complement to verb is. We can test this sentence 2 by asking, what is the big idea here? That we all become rich as quickly as possible. D. The announcement that Frank has resigned will be made after the plane takes off. Sentence 1 is the announcement will be made after. Sentence 2 is that Frank has resigned. Sentence 3 is the plane takes off. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is the complement to the noun announcement. We can test sentence 2 by replacing it with a noun phrase, like the announcement of the resignation will be made. That Frank has resigned corresponds to of the resignation. So sentence 2 is a complement to the noun announcement. Sentence 3 is a complement to the preposition after. We can test by after the plane takes off, the announcement blah blah will be made. So it's correct. E. It's well known that Max thinks syntax is good for the brain. Sentence 1 is it's well known. Sentence 2 is that Max thinks. Sentence 3 is syntax is good for the brain. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is extra post subject. Sentence 3 is complement to verb thinks. We can do the test for sentence 2. That Max thinks sentence is good for the brain is well known. And the test for sentence 3, we can test it by asking, what does Max thinks? F. Before the exhibition opened, the gallery had been certain his paintings would sell extremely well. Sentence 1 is before the gallery had been certain. Sentence 2 is exhibition opened. Sentence 3 is his paintings would sell extremely well. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is the complement to preposition before. We can move it like the gallery had been certain his paintings would sell extremely well before the exhibition opened. So it's correct. It's sentence 2 is a complement to the preposition before. And sentence 3 is complement to adjective certain. We can test by asking what has the gallery been certain of, that his paintings would sell extremely well. And next G, that Savonarola came to power is a direct consequence of Lorenzo's insistence that his sermons were harmless. Sentence 1 is a direct consequence of Lorenzo's insistence. Sentence 2 is that the Savonarola came to power. Sentence 3 is that his sermons were harmless. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is closure subject. Sentence 3 is complement to the noun insistence. We can do a test for sentence 2 by asking what is the direct consequence of Lorenzo's insistence that his sermons were harmless. That Savonarola came to power. Also, we can do a test for sentence 3 by asking what was Lorenzo's insistence that his sermons were harmless. So it's correct. H. Once it was certain that all the paintings were copies, the exhibition closed. Sentence 1 is the exhibition closed. Sentence 2 is once it was certain. Sentence 3 is that all the paintings were copies. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is VP adverbial. Sentence 3 is extra post subject. Sentence 2 has expletive it as subject. And to test sentence 2, we can use this. The exhibition closed once it was certain that all the paintings were copies. And we can do a test for sentence 3 by asking what was certain once the exhibition closed, that all the paintings were copies. I. The gallery's difference was that they didn't realize that they were copies until it was late. The sentence 1 is the gallery's difference was. Sentence 2 is that they didn't realize until. Sentence 3 is they were copies. Sentence 4 is it was too late. Sentence 1 is main course. Sentence 2 is complement of verb was. We can test by asking what was the gallery's difference, that they didn't realize they were copies until it was too late. Sentence 3 is a complement of verb realize. We can test by asking what didn't they realize, that they were copies. And sentence 4 is a complement of the preposition until. We can test by asking when didn't they realize it, until it was too late. So it's correct. This is my presentation. Thank you.